there's my old friend, the Milwaukee River. It's 13 degrees at 9:06 a.m. on a Monday in December 2025. I'm done with the snow already. I don't want any more snow. But it is Wisconsin, so it is expected. Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. Yogi here. I'm doing all right. I hope you're doing all right. I'm still kind of battling the after effects of the dreaded virus I had a couple weeks ago. Still got coughing, still kind of trying to finish it off, knock it out. Welcome. If it's your first time watching my videos, welcome to my channel. Thank you for checking it out. If we come across some cool stuff, we're definitely going to stop. Small towns, roadside attractions, abandoned. That's what I do mostly on this channel. It makes it a little more difficult during the winter up here in Wisconsin. You know, 13 degrees, foot of snow on the ground. I'm actually heading north right now on the old Highway 45 between Kewaskum and Fond Du Lac. Join me for this adventure. Again, I appreciate you folks. Thanks for stopping by, and let's see what we can find. Let's take a look at downtown Eden, Wisconsin, and see how they got it decked out for Christmas. They got stuff hanging from some telephone poles. Tree, stockings, another tree. I think I see a bell up ahead. And a candle. About it. I'm in Fond Du Lac, the city of Fond Du Lac, and apparently there's supposed to be a historical marker somewhere here. Apparently I gotta walk to it. But I don't see a walking path anywhere. It's on a golf course somewhere. Apparently this golf course is where this marker is. Fond Du Lac County Rolling Meadows Golf Course, dedicated to all war veterans. Fond Du Lac County, this bicentennial year, 1976. And it says on there, a time capsule containing historical information sealed herein to be opened the year 2076. Okay, that's interesting. So there's a time capsule in this that'll be opened in 2076. It was put in there in 1976. I find it kind of odd that there's a historical marker in the middle of a golf course. According to Google Maps, this thing is way over on the other side of the golf course. Why is there a historical marker in the middle of a golf course? It says County Home Cemetery. It says here from this gentleman, marker is on a golf course, so much more challenging to get to compared to other markers, but still an interesting piece of local history. Getting to it might be a little bit tricky, yeah, because I don't want to get nailed in the head by a wild golf shot while I'm trying to find this historical marker. Back on the road again. One of these symptoms you get when you have anxiety is light sensitivity. So I have serious light sensitivity. So if you're probably asking why is he always wearing his sunglasses, that's why, because it's bright because of the snow and everything. But for me, it's magnified. It's just like too bright. So I have to have these on. And it's still kind of bright even though I have these sunglasses on. But I have to do that because if I don't, I'm squinting. I'm like Gilbert Gottfried. You can hardly see my eyes. You know, it's just not good. So we got 2 miles to the next historical marker, and we'll see if if the historical marker exists and I don't have to walk through a golf course to get to it. This one's probably on the runway of the airport. Fond Du Lac, come on in. Well, thank you, Fond Du Lac. I appreciate you letting me come on in. I was planning on coming on in regardless. All right, so here's the plaque, the official marker here. It says the Military Road. The Military Road, built in 1835, became the first highway to cross the state. Congress appointed $5,000 to connect the St. Lawrence and Mississippi River basins. The troops at Fort Crawford constructed the road from Prairie du Chien to Portage. Those at Fort Winnebago extended it to Fond du Lac, and those at Fort Howard completed it to Green Bay. Blazed trees and plowed furrows marked the route. Brush laid in riverbeds made wagon crossings possible. The early thoroughfare followed many Indian trails. The Army officials who supervised the work became interested in the future of the territory and invested their own finances in its development. The Military Road, the first influence of the federal government in Wisconsin, encouraged settlers to come to this territory. This was erected in 1975, sorry. It probably says the same thing on the back. Yeah, it's right on the corner by the post office, the main post office downtown. Downtown's right over there, about a block away. And this is Military Road. Okay. Back in the car. The freeway is boring to me. Comment below, folks. I know it gets you there faster, but are you more of a freeway driver, or would you rather travel those roads less traveled so you can see parts of, areas you're never probably going to see again? That's how I like to do things. I like to do things just by taking the back roads, taking the side roads, taking, not taking the freeway all the time. If I can take this, if I have to take the freeway to get to someplace fast, I'll do it. But if it's a day like today where I really don't have like a time frame to be anywhere, I would rather take the back roads, because when you're driving on these on the freeways, you're going 75 miles an hour, traffic's all over the place, and it's not as fun to me, or as entertaining to me, as taking a back road and just not having to deal with all the traffic, going at your own pace. I'd rather just take my time. If it takes me an hour versus 45 minutes to get up there, okay. It took me 12 minutes longer, but I'm, going down roads, and you never know what you're gonna find down these. You know what you're gonna see on the freeway. It's the same old all the time. Billboards, depending on where you are. You come into cities, usually all their high traffic areas are right off the freeway. So when you take these back roads, that you're gonna come across things and you're gonna be like, oh, that's kind of cool. I'm glad I came this way because I found this, or I found that, or I came across an abandoned house that I never would have found had I not come this way. So that's why I do what that's what Yogi does. Yogi just takes these back roads and hopes to find something cool and interesting to film. I'm in the town of Vinland. It did not show up on my map, but there was a little sign for Vinland. I'm gonna guess it's unincorporated. Maybe it's not unincorporated. I don't know. It kind of surprised me because I'm looking at my map and I'm like, okay, I just came into Vinland, but it's not showing up as anything. So I don't know if this is Vinland or not. I have no idea. Well, there's a town hall, it looks like here. Town of Vinland. Yeah, okay, well, I don't know anything about the town of Vinland. I apologize. I didn't even know it existed. Turning on the Maxwell Road, Maxwell Edison, he majored in the medicine until that dreaded silver hammer came down upon her head. Comment below if you know what I'm talking about. And it's very, very desolate out here. Makes me think of a couple movies, Fargo and A Simple Plan. If you've never seen either one of those movies, they're very good movies. So this is Allenville, folks. There's a little cemetery here with the church next to it. No winter maintenance except for funerals. I've never seen that kind of a sign before. Neat little church, though. This is Community Baptist Church. Right there. Very nice church. So this is Allenville. From what it looks like, it's not incorporated. I'm trying to pull my map back up so I can see. Why is it not showing me anything? There is a little bit I can tell you about Allenville. It's an unincorporated community located in the town of Vinland. Okay, it's still considered Vinland. There's the sign. I was wondering where the sign was. It's right over here. Allenville unincorporated. So it is in Winnebago County, Wisconsin. It was named for Timothy Allen, an original owner of the town's site. A post office operated in Allenville from 1883 to 1955. Well, that's kind of neat right there, that old building there. That must have been a store at one time. Oh, and a gas station too? That's kind of neat. Or an old, yeah, that's like an old gas station. Oh, looks like a schoolhouse coming up here on the left. An old schoolhouse of some sort, or I don't know. Allenville Grange Hall. Can't go into the parking lot. This is the area known as Allenville. There's no notable people, no demographics, nothing of that sort. But there is like a couple of little buildings here that was like a downtown area. That old gas station, that's pretty neat looking. Look at that. Very cool. And then this must have been a store at one point. Looks like a house now. Very nice. They actually have a sign right here that says, "Welcome to Allenville." It's actually dropped. It says 29 people now. They're down to 29. Population 29. And there's a state trail right here. Okay. Well, that must have been a store at some point. And just like that, you're out of Allenville. Goodbye, Allenville. It was nice meeting you.